chapter number 14 of English, and the name of the chapter is Uses of Tenses. So we all are aware of tenses and the verb forms and many other rules that we use while tenses. But here is the use of tenses, that how we are going to use tenses. So let's read and find out. So the definition has been given first of all to us, which says tense indicates the time, present, past or future of an action, event or state. कि टेंस जो है वो हमें टाइम के बारे में बताता है जो कि है प्रेजेंट, पास्ट या फिर फ्यूचर, कि कोई भी काम, कोई भी इवेंट या कोई भी स्टेट जो है वो काम की कैसे हो रही है. लेट अस स्टडी वेरियस टेंसेस इन डिटेल्स. तो जल्दी से और बहुत सारे टेंसेस को हम लोग डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे कि कौन सा टेंस हम कहाँ यूज कर सकते हैं. राइट. सो द वेरी फर्स्ट टॉपिक ऑफ द चैप्टर इज present indefinite tense. So rules of a sentence. First of all, we need to read the rules of the sentence for present indefinite tense, which says affirmative. Affirmative is subject plus first form of the verb plus es plus s or es plus object. So we all know that an affirmative sentence contains the subject, the root form of the verb, as well as s. We can add s or es to the verb form and the object, right? Same goes with the negative sentence, subject plus first form of the verb plus object, but in addition we are going to add do, does plus not to the sentence. Next is interrogative, do, does plus subject, first form of the verb plus object, right? So in the interrogatives, first of all we are going to begin with the do or does word. But this is only the situation when the answer is supposed to be in the yes or no situation. After that, interrogative. Ab interrogative, question word plus do or does plus subject plus first form of the verb plus object, right? After that, next they say this tense shows that an action happens in the present time. अब ये हमें टेंस बताता है कि कोई भी काम जो है वो कब हो रहा है या फिर वो प्रेजेंट टाइम में हो रहा है. राइट. रीड द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस. अब हमें ये सब सेंटेंसेस रीड करने हैं सो दैट वी कैन आइडेंटिफाई कि प्रेजेंट टेंस कैसे लिखा जाता है. राइट. सो द फर्स्ट वन इज द एफर्मेटिव सेंटेंस. सो द एग्जांपल्स आर प्रिया आस्क्स मेनी क्वेश्चंस. My dog barks at the strangers. You admit your mistake. Anil eats grapes. Right? After that, next we have the negative sentence. Now we know that the negative sentence की जो formation है वो थोड़ी सी अलग हो जाती है affirmative से. जैसे कि subject plus do does plus not plus root form of the verb plus object. So the examples will be in the same order, just like I do not mow the grass. My brother does not wash the clothes. They do not obey the old man. Neha's sister never gambles. After that, the next situation is interrogative sentence. Now, what is interrogative sentence? As I told you that there are two formations of interrogative sentence. First one is for the yes or no situation questions, and the next one is for the question word. So first of all we have two sentences, two examples for the yes or no situation, and the rest one with the question words, right? So the first example is, does he spend money in his hotel? Right? So in this question you are only going to write the answer in yes or no, right? After that, the next is, do the peons sweep in the school? Same goes with this example that you are going to write the answer of this question in the yes or no situation, right? After that, the third example is, why does Montu fly the kite? Why does she travel by train? Now these are the questions जिनके आंसर आप सिर्फ yes या no में नहीं दे सकते हो. आपको एक पूरा स्टेटमेंट लिखना पड़ेगा जिसके लिए आपको क्वेश्चन दिया गया है, right? After that we have one point to remember. Let's read it. So Do is used with I, you and all plural subjects, and while does is used with all the singular subjects. So do जो है वो हमेशा I, you और सारे plural subjects के साथ यूज किया जाता है, but does जो है वो हमेशा एक singular person के साथ यूज किया जाएगा. Next we have the topic is past indefinite tense. Again we have some rules of the sentence, that what are the formations of past indefinite tense. So let's read it and find it out. First one is the affirmative. So subject plus second form of the verb plus object. So what was the difference between the present and the past indefinite tense? That verb form is used differently. In that present tense we were using the first form, that is the root form of the verb, और यहाँ past indefinite में हम लोग second form of the verb use करने जा रहे हैं, right? Next is negative. Same, the formation would be same, just we are going to add did plus not with the first form of the verb plus object. Now there is a twist in this, that affirmative sentences में हम लोग second form verb का use करने वाले थे, बट नेगेटिव सेंटेंसेस में हम लोग सब्जेक्ट प्लस डिड प्लस नॉट और वर्ब का फर्स्ट फॉर्म यूज करेंगे और उसके बाद ऑब्जेक्ट, राइट? नेक्स्ट इज इंटरोगेटिव. अगेन द क्वेश्चंस विद द यस और नो सिचुएशंस, and the next one is with the question word. Formation of yes or no situation questions is did plus subject plus first form of the verb plus object, right? And the next one, interrogative with the question word, is interrogative word, that is the question word plus did plus subject plus first form of the verb plus object, right? After that, this tense shows that an action happened in the past time. अब ये टेंस हमें दिखाता है कि कोई भी एक्शन जो है वो पास्ट टेंस में हुआ है, बीते हुए समय में हुआ है, राइट? सो रीड द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस. अब हमें ये सेंटेंसेस पढ़ने हैं. सो द वेरी फर्स्ट टॉपिक इज द एफर्मेटिव सेंटेंस. अब ये एफर्मेटिव सेंटेंस क्या है, राइट? सो ही रोट अ लेटर, द थीफ hid under the bed, Mr. Tyagi came here, the king really sat on the chair, right? After that, the next is negative sentence. As we all know the formation, that with did plus not we are going to use the first form of the verb. So we did it the same in the examples. You surely did not help Rocky. I did not break the pencil. I never bet to win the match. Mohit never drives the bus, right? After that we have the interrogative sentences. That is, I told you two situations. The first one is all about the yes and no situation, and the next one is for the statement. So the first example is, did you spend all money in buying clothes? Did my pen sink in the water? After that, the next is, why did you eat the food? When did the electrician repair the fan, right? Next we have again a point to remember. Again a point to remember, which says we use second form of the verb with never. कि जब भी हम किसी सेंटेंस में never word यूज करेंगे तो never के साथ हम लोग second form of the verb यूज करते हैं. Let's move ahead now. Next we have the topic as फ्यूचर इंडेफिनिट टेंस. अब फ्यूचर इंडेफिनिट टेंस और उसके रूल्स सेंटेंस बनाने के लिए कौन कौन से हैं. सो द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग इज एफर्मेटिव, नेगेटिव, इंटरोगेटिव एंड इंटरोगेटिव. द सेम पैटर्न दैट वी फॉलोड अपवर्ड्स. सो द एफर्मेटिव सेंटेंस का फॉर्मेशन है सब्जेक्ट प्लस विल शैल प्लस फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब, राइट? Next is negative, subject plus will shall plus not plus first form of the verb plus object. Next is interrogative, will shall plus subject plus first form of the verb, which is for the yes or no situations. After that, question interrogative, which is question word plus will shall plus subject plus first form of the verb plus object, right? Now let's move ahead. So this tense shows that the action will happen in the future time. कि जो भी action है वो future time में किया जाएगा, यानी कि आने वाले समय में किया जाएगा. So read the following sentences. अब जल्दी से इन सभी sentences को पढ़ते हैं और पता लगाते हैं. So the very first thing is the affirmative sentence which says she will make a noise in the class. The farmer will mow the grass. We shall abide by the rules. Ankit, I will wait for you. Next is the negative sentences which says my friend will not eat the burger. Rohan will not wet his clothes. I shall not sit with you. She will not mow the grass. Right? After that, next is interrogative sentence. So, the sentences are: will the patient feel weakness? Will you go to Mumbai? Shall I go to Agra to see the Taj? And why will the old man buy a ticket? Right? So all these were the examples of the future tense. So that was all about the chapter. I hope you all enjoyed learning it and you all got the points really well. So thank you so much and have a great day ahead. Present continuous tense. So after that, in the same pattern, we have rules of a sentence first of all. So as we can see, it is same: affirmative, negative, interrogative and interrogative. So the formation of affirmative sentence is subject plus ismr plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. As we all know, with the continuous tense, in the verb we add ing, right? So negative becomes not. In the negative, the situation is already going to be same, just we are going to add not to the sentence. After that is mr plus subject plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. After that, question words plus is mr plus subject plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Right? So this tense shows that an action is continuing at the present time. तो ये टेंस हमें ये दिखाता है कि जो भी काम है वो एक्चुअली कंटिन्यू हो रहा है right now. Right? So read the following sentences. जल्दी से इन sentences को पढ़ते हैं और देखते हैं. Affirmative sentence first of all. So let's read the examples. He is eating fresh food. I am reading a book. You are cooking the food. And mother is reading the Ramayana. So as we all can see that in the verbs we have added ing, and ing. Right? After that, the next thing is negative sentence. So what is negative sentence? The twins are not celebrating their birthday together. Sita is not selling goods. The cobbler is not mending my shoes. And the clothes are not drying in the sun. Right? As you can see, the formation is almost same as we have added ing to the verb form also. Just the thing is that we have added not to the sentences as they are the negative sentence. Right? Now let's move ahead. Now next we have the interrogative sentence. अब interrogative sentence क्या है? So, are the children playing in the park? Is Sumit carrying luggage from the station? Why are you going to Chennai? And how are fish swimming in the pond? Right? After that, again we have a point to remember. Let's read it and find it out what is being said in this. Am is used with I, is used with all singular subjects, and are is used with all the plural subjects. We all know कि am जो है वो I के साथ यूज़ किया जाता है, is जो है वो सभी singular subjects के साथ यूज़ किया जाता है, और are जो है वो सभी plural subjects के साथ यूज़ किया जाता है. After that, the next thing that we have is past continuous tense, and again we have the rules of a sentence. So let's begin with the rules of these sentences. Affirmative, negative, interrogative and interrogative. So the formation is subject plus was verb plus first form of verb plus ing plus object. The next form is subject plus was verb plus not plus first form of the verb plus object. तो जैसे कि आप लोग देख सकते हैं कि फॉर्मेशन बिल्कुल सेम है. We have added was and were to both the sentences just because this is a negative sentence. That is why we have added not to the formation. Right? Next is was verb plus subject plus first form plus ing plus object. Interrogative word plus was verb plus subject plus first form of the verb plus object. Right? So this tense shows that an action was continuing in the past time. ये टेंस हमें ये दिखाता है कि कोई काम पास्ट टेंस में कंटिन्यू हो रहा था. राइट. सो रीड द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस. जल्दी से इन सेंटेंसेस को पढ़ते हैं. So the very first sentence is the affirmative sentence. So the sentences are the lawyer was wearing the black coat. These boys were driving in the car. Mr. Verma was teaching English. They were keeping quiet. Right? After that, the next is negative sentence. So the negative sentences are the woodcutter was not selling the wood. They were not going to Haridwar. The cow was not lowing loudly, and I was not fighting with my friend. Right? After that, we have interrogative sentence. So what are these interrogative sentences? Let's read the examples. Were the children playing in the park? Was Roshan sleeping at the station? When was Mr. Verma teaching English in the class? And was Swati eating ice cream? Right? All these are the examples of interrogate. So now next we have future continuous tense, and again we have the rules of a sentence. So let's begin with it. So affirmative, negative, interrogative and interrogative. Right? So subject plus will shall plus be plus first form of verb plus ing plus object. As we are discussing with the future continuous tense, we are going to add will shall plus be plus first form of the verb plus ing to the verb. Right? Next is same, just we are going to add not between will shall and be. Next is we are going to begin with will shall because this is the question form of yes or no situation with subject plus be plus first form of verb plus ing plus object. After that, interrogative word plus will shall plus subject plus be plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Right? After that, this tense shows an action will be continuing in the future time. तो ये tense हमें दिखाता है कि कोई काम हम continue करेंगे आगे आने वाले future time. So read the following sentences. जल्दी से इन sentences को पढ़ते हैं. So first one are the affirmative sentences, which is my father will be reading the newspaper. Right? Next is the watchman will be resting under the tree. I shall be waiting for you at the station. We shall be eating the fruits. Right? Next is the negative sentence. Now what are the negative sentences? I shall not be fighting with you. John will not be begging pencil for me. They will not be going to Delhi. We shall not be singing a song. Right? After that, the next is interrogative sentence. So now what are the interrogative sentences? Let's read them. Will my father be going to Mumbai? Will I be dancing on the stage? Will they be buying a bike? And the next is why will she be answering to my questions? Right? Next we have the topic which is present perfect tense. Again, same pattern, we have the rules of a sentence. So let's begin with the rules. Which are affirmative, negative, interrogative and interrogative. So the formations are subject plus has have plus third form of the verb plus object. Right? Next is negative form in which subject plus has have plus not plus third form of the verb plus object. Next is has or have plus subject plus the third form of the verb plus object. Next is interrogative word plus has or have plus subject plus third form of the verb plus the objects, right? Next is this tense shows that an action has been finished in the present time. तो ये टेंस हमें दिखाता है कि कोई भी काम जो है वो प्रेजेंट टाइम में खत्म हो चुका है, राइट? सो रीड द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस. जल्दी से इन सेंटेंसेस को पढ़ते हैं और समझते हैं कि कैसे हमें प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस के रूल्स को अप्लाई करना है. सो द वेरी फर्स्ट topic is affirmative sentence and the examples are: the train has arrived at the station, he has gone to his house, you have revised your lesson, I have seen a flock of sheep, right? The next is negative sentence. So the negative sentences are: I have not written the book, Ravi has not gone to his house, Ankita has not written the letter, the girls have not cooked the food, right? Next is the interrogative sentence. Now what are the interrogative sentences? Has the prime minister come here? Why he has gone to his brother's house? Have the birds chirped on the tree? Or has the patient slept, right? After that we have some points to remember. Let's see what are they. Has is used with the singular subjects except I and you. कि has जो है वो हमेशा सभी singular subjects के साथ यूज किया जाता है सिवाय I और you के, because I and you, even though they are singular, but they are always counted in plurals, right? Next is have is used with I and you and all the plural subjects. As I told you कि I और you जो है और सभी प्लूरल सब्जेक्ट्स उनके साथ हैव यूज किया जाएगा, राइट? नाउ लेट्स मूव अहेड. तो द नेक्स्ट वी हैव पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस एंड अगेन वी हैव द रूल्स ऑफ अ सेंटेंस. सो लेट्स रीड द रूल्स वेरी क्विकली. एफर्मेटिव, नेगेटिव, इंटरोगेटिव एंड इंटरोगेटिव, राइट? सो नेक्स्ट वी हैव द सब्जेक्ट plus had plus third form of the verb plus the object. In the negative form also the formation is going to be same, just simply we are going to add not in the sentence after had, right? Next is the interrogative form, that is the yes or no situation as told earlier. So had plus subject plus third form of the verb plus object, right? After that interrogative, which is interrogative word plus had plus subject plus the third form of the verb plus object. After that next is this tense shows that an action had been finished in the past time. कि ये टेंस हमें बताता है कि कोई भी एक्शन जो है वो पास्ट टाइम में ऑलरेडी खत्म हो चुका है, राइट? सो रीड द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस. जल्दी से इन सेंटेंसेस को पढ़ते हैं और आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस को. सो द टॉपिक इज affirmative sentence first of all. So the train had arrived at the station, right? Next is I had seen Mumbai before. Smita had danced before she sang. You had written the letter before. After that let's move ahead as we have the negative sentence. So what are the negative sentences? The barber had not shaved Ankur. The hawker had not sold the vegetables. We had not bought books for you. And they had not rested in the room, right? Next is the interrogative sentence. अब interrogative sentence क्या है? Had the servant broken the flower pot, right? Next is had he jumped into the river. Next, had she walked in the park before it rained? And the next is why had they sat on the chair, right? Next is points to remember. So had is used with all subjects in the sentences. कि had जो है वो सभी subjects के साथ past tense में use किया जाता है. If two works are expressed in one sentence, we use past perfect tense for an action completed before a certain time in the past or before another action happened. Right? कि अगर हम एक ही सेंटेंस में दो काम के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, देयर आर टू एक्शंस जो कि हम उस सेंटेंस में डिस्कस करेंगे, तो वी यूज पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस फॉर एन एक्शन जो काम कंप्लीट हो चुका है और एक सर्टेन टाइम कि वो दूसरे काम को शुरू होने से पहले ही खत्म किया जा चुका था. राइट? तो नेक्स्ट अप वी हैव दैट इज future perfect tense. Again we have the rules of a sentence. Let's have a look over them quickly. Affirmative, negative, interrogative and interrogative. So the formation of affirmative sentence of future perfect tense is subject plus will shall plus have plus third form of the verb plus object. Right? After that, the negative form will be the same as above, but we are going to simply add not after will and shall. Next is the question form. Will shall plus subject plus have plus third form of the verb plus object. After that, again the question word plus will shall plus subject plus have plus third form of the verb plus object. Right? This tense shows that an action will have been finished in future time. ये tense हमें दिखाता है कि कोई भी एक्शन जो है वो हम फ्यूचर टाइम में आगे आने वाले टाइम में ख़त्म कर देंगे. जैसे कि रीड द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस. जल्दी से इन सेंटेंसेस को पढ़ते हैं और देखते हैं कि क्या हमें बताया गया है. She will have helped the poor. I shall have slept for 2 hours. My father will have sat on the chair before he drinks water. My mother will have cooked the food before my father comes. After that, next we have the negative sentences which says Rita will not have chosen clothes for you by tomorrow. Next is they will not have gone to market before noon. Next is we shall not have given witness. Next is I shall not have seen the movie before evening. Next up we have the interrogative sentences. So, will the principal have gone to Lucknow before the inspection? Shall I have obeyed my father before I go to school? You will have revised your lesson before going to examination. Where will your father have gone before he comes back from the meeting? Right? After that, let's move ahead to the next, which is the present perfect continuous tense. And again we have rules of tenses. So as earlier, affirmative, negative, interrogative and interrogative. So let's read that how are they going to be used. So subject plus has have plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus since or for plus object plus time phrase. Right? So this is a quite typical one. Next is negative, subject plus has have plus not been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus since or for plus object plus time phrase. Next is again the same one, just we are going to begin it with has and have and the subject to be placed after has or have. Rest is to be going to be same. Next, again in the beginning we are going to add question word and rest of the sentence to be same as the affirmative sentence. Right? So this tense shows that an action has been continued in present time. अब ये टेंस हमें दिखाता है कि कोई भी काम जो है वो प्रेजेंट टाइम में कंटिन्यू किया जा रहा है. The time phrase is given with these sentences. तो टाइम फ्रेज जो है वो हमें इन सेंटेंसेस के साथ दिया होता है. जैसे कि read the following sentences. तो जल्दी से इन सेंटेंसेस को पढ़ते हैं. जैसे कि affirmative sentences हमें दिए हुए हैं पहले. Mr. Pal has been teaching English since 2006. Next is they have been sleeping for 2 hours. Next, the servant has been mowing grass for 4 hours. Right? Next is Rohit has been reading since 9 o'clock. After that, we have the negative sentences. So let's read them quickly. The passengers have not been waiting for the bus for 2 hours. I have not been digging a pit since 5 o'clock. He has not been hiding money for 2 weeks. I have not been studying in the school since 2002. The writers have not been writing articles for 2 days. Right? After that, we have the interrogative sentence, which says, has the gardener been sowing seeds in the garden for 2 days? Next is, have the children been watching television since morning? Next, why have you been laughing for 2 hours? And the next is, he has been hiding money for 2 weeks. Right? Next again we have some points to remember. Let's see what they say. That the subject of a sentence often comes first, but occasionally it is placed after the predicate. कि जो सब्जेक्ट है सेंटेंस का वो हमेशा पहले आता है, बट एक्सेप्शनली ऐसा हो जाता है कि जो सब्जेक्ट है वो प्रेडिकेट के बाद भी हम कभी कभी प्लेस कर सकते हैं. राइट? नाउ लेट्स मूव अहेड with the next tense, that is past perfect continuous tense, and we have been given the rules of a sentence as given earlier, which is affirmative, negative, interrogative and interrogative. So subject plus had plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object plus since or for plus time phrase. This is as same as the above one, just because it is past perfect. That is why we have added had been to the sentence. Next is the same, just not is going to be added after had and before been. Right? Next is interrogative with the yes or no situation, with which had and subject are going to be replaced by each other, and the rest of the sentence will be the same. Next is question word plus had plus subject plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object plus since or for plus time phrase. Right? Now let's move ahead and read the examples. This tense shows that an action has been continue in the past time. तो ये tense हमें दिखाता है कि जो भी टेंस है, जो भी काम है वो पास्ट टाइम में कंटिन्यू किया जा रहा था. द टाइम फ्रेज इज गिवन विद दीज सेंटेंसेस, कि इन सेंटेंसेस के साथ टाइम फ्रेज जो है वो यूजुअली मेंशन किया जाता है. सो रीड द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस and the first one are the affirmative sentences. So what are the affirmative sentences? I had been waiting for you for 2 hours. The teacher had been teaching history since Friday. The mother had been cooking brinjal for 2 days. Suresh had been looking after Nisha for 5 days. You had been waiting for Pooja for 6 hours. Right? After that, next we have negative sentence, which is you had not been obeying your teacher for 3 days. The press reporter had not been asking questions to the leader since 5 o'clock. Rakesh had not been suffering from fever for a week. Sohani had not been sewing the clothes for 4 months. The students had not been learning their lessons since 9 o'clock. After that, we have the interrogative sentences. Let's read them very quickly. Had Mr. Gupta been teaching since 2002? Had the children been doing their homework for 2 days? Had Priyanka been preparing for examination for 2 years? Why had you been crying since 2 o'clock? Why had Pramod been milking the cow for 3 hours? Next is the last one, which is future perfect continuous tense, and the rules of the sentence are as given earlier: affirmative, negative and interrogative. Here we only have the will and shall form. We don't have the question word form of interrogative sentence. So it says subject plus will shall plus have been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object plus since or for plus time phrase. Right? Next is negative: subject plus will shall plus not plus have been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object plus since or for or plus. Next is the same one, just we are going to replace the will, shall and the subject. Next is, let's read the examples. This tense shows that an action have been continue in future time. The time phrase is given with these sentences. तो जल्दी से इनके examples को पढ़ते हैं, which are, it says that read the following sentences. So affirmative sentences, first of all, I shall have been taking breakfast since 8 o'clock. Rinku will have been taking rest in his room for 6 hours. The lion will have been roaring in forest since morning. The farmers will have been sowing seeds in their fields for 6 days. Next is the negative sentence. The farmer will not have been plowing the field since morning. The barber will not have been shaving Rohtash for 15 minutes. They will not have been living in this city for 6 years. I shall not have been taking rest since 4 o'clock. Right? After that, we have the examples of interrogative sentences. So, will the boys have been making noise since 12 o'clock? Shall we have been playing football for 2 hours? Why shall I have been waiting for you at the station for 6 hours? Will the teacher have been teaching history in the class since 9 o'clock? Will my father have been going to a business tour for 1 week? Right? So, this is all about the tenses and the uses of tenses, and I hope you all are clear with the rules and regulations that how to use tenses, and I hope you all have loved to read this and you enjoyed the video. So, that was all for this chapter. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead.